Okay, we're going to take you into the paint booth in just a little bit. A couple things to kind of keep an eye out for in the pictures. You know, when you do interior stuff like this, it takes up a lot of space. This booth that we're going to go in, you know, it holds a 4-door dually. And it took everything I had to hang the parts so I could still get my fat butt through them and spray them. You know, if you're doing it at home, because you know we don't all have a paint booth, you know, you hang them from the rafters, you can hang them from a cherry picker. Actually, originally when I did these, they were raw aluminum, so we taped off one side and sprayed the other side and let them cure for a couple of days and flipped them over and retaped everything we just sprayed, which you know, takes a lot of time, but you know, they turn out nice. It just depends how anal you are about, you know, your race car, I guess. Of course, you know, you can buy the stuff already painted, which really is the cheaper way to go. You know, but man, when you're doing fab like this on you know, a vintage type car, there's no patterns, so you're just gonna torture a painted aluminum part. You're just gonna be sick when you're done. If you're going to start with raw aluminum, you know, you need to go to a paint jobber. Of course, I'm going to tell you to go to PPG because DNR Auto Paint Supply here in Omaha is a PPG jobber. And you're going to really find that for the most part, all the stuff's the same price. It's expensive, but you're working with raw aluminum parts. You really have to start with a self-etching primer, wash primer, whatever you want to call it. If you don't, your paint's just going to come flying off. I mean, it's going to come off the racetrack. It's definitely going to come off at the power wash. You know, paint is just like building a house. If you build a foundation on sand, it ain't gonna last. Okay, so you want to use something like that. You're gonna have to use a sealer. You know, it's expensive. Of course, the interior to my car is you know, a Super is a bit extravagant compared to a lot of race cars where you just gotta basically, you know, front firewall, rear firewall. Car like this, 99-inch wheelbase, you're just sitting in a time bomb. So you're totally enclosed, front, side, back, below, everything. Something too, you know, if you'll notice, we've had some, you know, incidents and bent up some interior stuff. Of course, when you do, you know, no product's going to stick to it when a guy whacks at 60 miles an hour, you know. For those kind of things, I mean, I just go somewhere, buy a relatively decent primer, Duplicolor, Rust-Oleum, one of those, and you know, you're going to notice some light gray stuff shot on the panels. That's what that is. You know, you'd probably be better off to go with the self-etching. But considering you're not going to be seeing, you know, salt, sand, that kind of stuff, you'll be okay. And, you know, yeah, you can go to Wally World and buy it for a couple bucks a can, but there's nothing in it. So you might as well spend $6, get some Duplicolor, some Rust-Oleum, whatever, spray a little over just before you're ready to paint, and paint over it, and you really aren't going to have any problems. You know, like I said, I have access to a paint booth so I can hang everything. You know, when you paint this stuff, especially if you're going to hang it, well, even if you're not, you know, good respirator like we talked about before, a paint suit. You know, even if it's just a cheap disposable with a hood, because more than likely you're going to be spraying enamel. It's the cheapest stuff you can buy. Man, this stuff's like syrup, okay? Your hair is going to be blue, your skin's going to be blue, or whatever color you're spraying. It's just going to feel like someone missed you a syrup. And it's a safety thing. You know, this stuff is dangerous. It has isocyanates in it, it has solvents in it. We went over this before. You know, it's dangerous stuff. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. So there again, don't let your buddy sit in the corner and, you know, do whatever they do. Also, you know, wear gloves. Latex, well, not latex, because technically latex does not stop any of the harmful solvents and organic compounds, or whatever else you want to call them, VOCs. Just keep your hands clean. That's it. Get some nitrile gloves. They're a little bit more expensive. Wear them while you paint, because you're going to be holding on to parts. You're going to go through a lot of gloves, because the things are going to be sticky, they're going to be gooey, they're going to be sticking to each other, they're going to be sticking to the parts. But you got to hold them somehow if you're going to hang them. So wear gloves, because if you don't, man, your hands are going to look like crap for weeks. Plus, you're going to absorb solvents and VOCs. So anyway, take a look at the pictures, and we're going to get ready to start assembling stuff. So see you later.
John Bonham, Moby Dick!
Welcome to Auto Body Concepts in Omaha, Nebraska. I want to thank Mike, the owner, for letting me use the booth this weekend. Got all the interior stuff painted. So we're going to load it up. We're going to head north to J&M Repair and Welding, start assembling stuff. So I'll give you a quick tour, and then we got to get stuff packed up. Unless you're going to help, get out of the way, because we got to get stuff loaded up and get out of here.